Peace. What's going on, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tune on in. This is a spontaneous live. Had some downtime real quick, so I figured I would go live and stream, give y'all a quick positive message for your Sunday evening, man. Hopefully your weekend is positive and productive. Stay healthy, man. You drink your water, ate your fruits and veggies, did your affirmations, got some exercise in, or got some rest in, wherever you at on your workout routine and regimen. So hopefully you took care of yourself this weekend, man, and you ready to start the week off on a strong and positive note. So I'm going to give people a chance to tune on in before I really start building. What's going on? Nigel, Peach, what's going on? Funge, Jamar Andronicus, King Grady, Magic Rims, Terminator 1187, what's going on? Tierra Alexander, Peace, what's going on? Sean Steve, Peace, what's going on, my brother? Ricky, what's going on? Tierra, no doubt. This is definitely, it was something that was on my mind. I felt it was right to come on here and discuss this particular situation and this particular topic. A lot of us, we so focused on things outside of ourselves that we continue to neglect the internal struggles, the internal war, the internal battle that a lot of us are facing. And the problem that a lot of us have when it comes to these internal struggles and internal battles is that we have suppressed a lot of feelings and a lot of emotions. We have suppressed them so deep that we have forgotten what's causing us to, like, certain days you may wake up and you may just feel like you may feel depressed, sad, and you may not even know what's the source or the origin of that feeling of sadness or depression. That the origin of that feeling of depression or sadness is a result of you suppressing these emotions. So you have suppressed some emotions so deep within yourself that you just waking up and then all of a sudden you feeling sad and depressed, and it's like it came out of nowhere. It really didn't come out of nowhere. That was the result of all that suppressing of that energy. We have to stop suppressing those emotions and feelings. That is how we become self-destructive. That is how disease manifests itself in the human body. Suppressing emotions, suppressing feelings. Denise, what's going on? Redbird 101, what's going on with y'all? So we got to stop suppressing these emotions, man. And like I said, a lot of times we willing to fight the good fight on the outside. And I paid attention to this when it was a lot of protesting going on. So I said a lot of people out here protesting against the system, yet their home is broken. So what's more important? What are we really out here protesting against and for sometimes when police brutality and things like that happen to us and we go out here and we hoop and holler, yell at a system, yet it's dysfunction at home. So let's say we hoop and holler and get through to this system and they make changes, or we overthrow the system and we create our own system. But internally, we all dysfunctional. Internally, there's all chaos. Internally, there's all negativity. Then what is that going to lead to? It's not going to lead to anything positive. So what are we really fighting for, man? We fighting for everything on the outside, but we're not fighting for anything on the inside. We're not fighting for anything internally. We got to stop doing that. You got to fight the good fight on the outside. And you got to fight the good fight on the inside. Stop neglecting yourself on the inside and paying attention to everything outside of self first. You need to prioritize the internal. Then you need to work from the inside out. A lot of times we working from the outside, then we try to go in. By that time, it's too late. You must do that inner work first. That's where everything starts. That's where everything starts. It starts with you. It starts internally. It doesn't start with this other person. It doesn't start with the system. It starts with you. That's where you need to direct your energy first and foremost. You are the foundation. You are the foundation. So you need to make sure you are straight first. You need to make sure your home is straight first before you go out here trying to straighten out everybody else's home. That's what we must do. And a lot of times, and I've seen this also a lot of times, and this goes to me talking to myself, and I'm talking to everybody else. But how many times have you dropped a jewel in regards to giving somebody else advice? Or somebody came to you for some advice and you drop the jewel so good. But guess what? Here's the trick. You drop the jewel on them, and that jewel is some advice that you need to be listening to, that you need to be putting into motion. So you done gave somebody else on the outside some wonderful advice. And when you sit back and think about it, guess what? You're not even living out that actual advice and that reality yourself, but you was able to dish it out, meaning you know exactly what it is that you're doing, and you know that you're not living right and exact because you giving somebody the advice of what you need to be doing. How many times have you been in that type of situation? Somebody came to you for some life advice and you dropped a mean jewel on them. And then you sit back and you realize, man, I need to listen to what I told this person. So we able to give everybody all of this powerful advice. But then when it's time for us to work on ourselves, then all of a sudden we are now lost. You're not really lost. See, we think we be needing help from external sources. No, we be having the answers, because guess what? We give those answers to everybody else. So why is it when it's time to give ourselves the answer, then we feel like we need some help on the outside? We need to go seek out help. We need to go seek somebody else. No, when you talking to somebody else and they telling you they dealing with the same things that you dealing with, you able to give them the perfect advice to the point where when they implement it, it improves their overall health and well-being and quality of life. Just listen to yourself. That's the thing that you need to start doing, trusting yourself. We don't trust ourselves enough, man. That's why we always seeking external sources for validation and confirmation. We don't trust ourselves, man. You tell yourself things every day. You need to just start listening to what it is that you are telling yourself. You need to start listening to the messages that yourself is sending you. That's what you need to do. You get those messages via dreams and visions and all of that powerful stuff. Listen to them, gut feelings and all of that good stuff. We get that stuff every day. Start listening. Start listening to yourself. As I say, the body is all wise and intelligent. The mind is all wise and intelligent. Listen to it. Listen to it. You know the answers. You have the answers that you are seeking. You already have them. All you got to do is have that dialogue with yourself. That's all you have to do. You have to ask yourself powerful questions. Just like if somebody else came to you with a problem, what would you do? You would ask them questions. You would try to get to the root of the problem. You would try to get to the origin of the problem. Why is it that we are afraid to do that with ourselves? Because we are afraid to sit with that dark side, that dark version of ourselves. And again, embrace that darkness. The darkness, there's positivity in the darkness. It's positivity in that darkness. That's not something that you need to run from. Embrace it. Embrace that dark side. They done made you fear that dark side. They done made you deem the dark side as something negative. No, that dark side is something that's great, but you have got to embrace it. You have got to embrace it. So we talk a good talk when it comes to giving everybody else advice, but when it comes to our own lives, we tend to not be so good in that department. So before you go out here trying to save the world, man, you got to be a self-savior, as our lessons say. Save yourself. You must save yourself first. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. I understand how it is to feel like you got to help everybody else around you, man. You feel like some people are dependent upon you, but you dependent upon yourself first and foremost. So if you letting yourself down, it don't matter what you're doing for everybody else. If you letting yourself down, it doesn't matter what you're doing to any and everybody else, man. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you're not helping yourself out, what we look like advising people on the proper way to eat, yet I turn around and I'm consuming pork and junk food and all type of nonsense I shouldn't be consuming. What am I doing at the end of the day? I need to live out my reality. I need to make sure my word is bond first and foremost. Then you go out there and you strive to help the people. We need to start practicing the whole concept of your word being bond first and foremost. So you need to be living out the reality that you already think and know is right and exact. You need to start living it out first and foremost, man. We need to lead more so through our actions, because a lot of us, we talk a good talk, but we don't walk a good walk. And that's a contradiction. And people on the outside are noticing that, especially the children, as I have talked about. And we wonder why our children grow up with that resentment, or they are mere reflections of our inconsistencies. They getting that from us in one way, shape or another, man. So we got to clean ourselves up. What we call refinement. We got to clean ourselves up, man. We call it refinement. And along with the refinement comes the power. So we got to really understand that. You got to cleanse yourself mentally and physically. So we got to get ourselves together. If you know better, why are you not doing better? That's the question that I tend to ask people. And every time I ask people that, justifications, excuses. Instead of just doing it, instead of just being it, we justify. We try to rationalize the illogical. Like they say in regard, like y'all know that I fool with marketing. So they tell you people buy with emotions. Then they try to justify it. They buy based off of emotions and they try to justify using the logic. So they make an emotional purchase and they try to justify that emotional purchase with logic after the fact. That's how it goes, man. That's how we tend to move. We need to stop moving like that, man. We moving just like that. So these corporations, they did the knowledge to our psychology and they understand that we gonna buy off emotion, then justify it with logic. It's the same way when it comes to doing what you need to do in life. It's the same thing. We make excuses and we try to rationalize those excuses with some type of logic. See it all the time. You not eating the way that you need to eat. Guess what? You finna make an excuse and you finna try to justify that excuse by using some form of logic. Well, I don't have enough time in the day. Well, they say I need to work out 1 hour, 30 minutes a day. I don't have that type of time. And you finna try to justify that excuse instead of making time. It's all about your perception. When you start off with the excuse, guess what? The way your brain is wired, now your brain is going to start to search for those justifications. Your brain is going to start searching for ways to rationalize the excuse that you made. Again, the sensitivity of the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind doesn't know right from wrong. So whatever you tell the subconscious mind, it's going to accept that. So when you tell the subconscious mind that you lack time to get in shape, guess what? Your subconscious mind is accepting that reality and it's going to try to search for reasons to validate that. So that's why you need to be mindful of what you say and what you think, because the subconscious mind is accepting it. And then it's going to give you those rationalizations. So we need to stop making excuses. When you make those excuses, you are enslaving the subconscious mind to all of those excuses. And that's not what you want to do, because it's hard. It's hard to deprogram that subconscious mind once you get it to accept those excuses as a reality. It's hard to deprogram it. It's hard to reverse it. We've seen that. Hence, when the people become obese, when the people get the disease and the ailment, it's hard to reverse it, because guess what? Now you have got to reverse these habits. So once things become habits, now we have a problem. It is very hard and complicated to reverse bad habits. So you do not want to allow these things. You do not want to allow these excuses to become habits, because then now you're going to have to try to reverse these habits. And that is hard. That is hard to do. So instead of you making excuses, man, just get up and do things. Just get up and be the person that you need to be. Every day, every second, every hour that you make an excuse, you are enslaving that subconscious mind. You are becoming weaker and you are becoming powerless. So you need to stop making these excuses, man. If you know that something needs to be done, you better off just striving to do it. Take some L's along the way. Me saying just striving to do it instead of making excuses is not me necessarily saying that everything is going to be perfect. Everything is going to work out just fine. No, when you do these things, you're going to make some so-called mistakes. It's going to be a lot of trial and error. But that's what you need. That's only going to help you become stronger. That's only going to help you grow, evolve, elevate. But if you don't do anything besides make excuses, guess what? You just going to go backwards. You're going to regress. You're going to regress. You're going to go backwards. You're going to hit a wall, whatever it is that you want to call it. That's what you're going to do by not doing what you need to do, not attempting to do it. You making excuses is you not attempting to do what you need to do. How about instead of saying I don't have time, try to make the time. And then along that, with that, you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to probably try to work out at the wrong time, a time that's not suitable for you, or a time that's not favorable for you. So you're going to have to adapt and adjust. So it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be easy. If it were easy, then everybody would be doing it. If it were easy, everybody would be doing it. So again, we're not striving for something that's easy. We know that it's going to be complicated. We know that it's going to be difficult. We know that it may be challenging, but that's the beauty of it. It's the beauty of it. Embrace the difficulty, embrace the challenges, embrace the obstacles, the tribulations, because then when you succeed, when you hit that goal, it's going to make the reward that much greater. It's going to make the goal, when achieved, feel that much greater when you endure all the struggles that came along with the process. So again, we don't want anything that's necessarily easy. We want a little challenge, man. That's going to make the reward that much greater when we accomplish that goal. So again, don't run from something because it's difficult. Don't run from something because it's hard. No, that's when you run to it, or you run through it, I should say. You run through that that's difficult. You run through that obstacle that's a little challenging and hard. You run through it. That's what you do. Terminator 1187. Always we make time for the stuff that we want to make time for, point blank, period. So if you're serious enough about it, you're gonna make time for it. And I tell people all the time, we make time to complain on social media. So all that time that you spend wasting on social media, you can utilize that exact time to get yourself in shape, get your mental right, whatever the case may be. Bonafide, what's going on? So we spend a lot of time complaining on social media. We spend a lot of time scrolling on social media. And I'm talking about scrolling, looking at things that don't contribute to our overall health and well-being and quality of life. So if we got the time to do that, if you got 20, 30 minutes that you can spend scrolling, complaining, you have 30 minutes that you can spend getting your health together mentally and physically. And that's just a fact. Even with the snooze button, y'all can do the math on that. That when you wake up in the morning, every time that you hit the snooze, say you give yourself an extra 10 minutes of sleep every day. Do y'all know what that adds up to at the end of the day? Do y'all know what that adds up to, man? If you keep hitting the snooze, and let's just say it's 365 days, and you hitting the snooze and getting an extra 10 minutes of sleep every day, man, you at 3,650 minutes. That's 60 hours right there. That's 60 hours of time you spent on the snooze button getting some extra sleep. You can definitely utilize that 60 hours for something productive. So that 10 minutes that you want to sleep, take that extra 10 minutes and do something productive with your life. So we essentially wasting 60 hours out of our year by trying to get some extra sleep. Just think about that, man. That little 10 minutes is really not doing anything for you. So you might as well get up and do something productive. That's 60 hours right there that you wasted. That's 60 hours a year. It may not seem like nothing, but with that 60 hours a year, I guarantee you that can work wonders for you. So stop hitting that snooze and just get on up. Get on up and be productive. So forget all that, man. We need to stop hitting the snooze, man. We wasting time. We wasting time that we can't get back. We wasting time that we cannot get back just by hitting the snooze button. And that's just one example. This is just 60 hours that we lose in a year just by hitting the snooze. This ain't factoring in the other wasted time. This ain't factoring in all the other time that we waste throughout the day. This is just hitting the snooze button, going back to sleep for an extra 10 minutes. That's that time. But we waste plenty of more time doing other things that we don't need to be doing. So we got to stop wasting time, man. We got to stop wasting time. A lot of people talk about mental health, but how many people are actually incorporating that into their daily routine? How many people are incorporating that into their schedule? You got to be intentional about your mental health. You got to be intentional about your elevation mentally. You got to be intentional about all of this. This ain't something that's just going to come to you. You have got to do this work on yourself, and you have got to include this work in your schedule. You got to include this in your schedule. You got all these appointments, all these calls you got to make, all these foods you have to buy. You include all of this on your list, on your schedule. But where is that time that you need to spend on your mental health? Where is that on the schedule? Where is it when I'm gonna wake up for the first 30 minutes? I'm gonna meditate. Or the first 15, I'm gonna meditate, then the last 15, I'm gonna do affirmations. Why is that not on your schedule? Why have you not written that down? Why you don't have an alarm that goes off and lets you know that? We got alarms that go off on our phones letting us know when we need to take some medication. But we don't have alarms that go off on our phones that let us know we need to meditate, get our mind right. But you got an alarm that goes off on your phone that's letting you know you need to take your medication. No, you need to have an alarm that goes off to let you know it's time to meditate. It's time to get that mind right. It's time to get that mind right. So you need an alarm for that. You need to put that in your phone. Oh, Ricky, no doubt. Time is, like they say, of the essence. Time is definitely more important than money. Most definitely. If you making all the money in the world, yet you lack time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, you're going to be one depressed individual. You're going to be one depressed individual. Time is of the essence, man. Time is of the essence. And again, it's simply a measurement of motion as well. So it's what you do with your time that matters. So a lot of times we don't do valuable things with our time. A lot of times we don't do valuable things with our time. We working too much, man. You need to enjoy. Listen, you need to really enjoy life. You need to relax. We need to chill out. We don't need to be working so hard, especially for these corporations that don't care anything about us. We need to make time for ourselves. We need to make time to relax. We need to make time to sit back, kick our feet up. Like you need that. We need to really live in the now, man. Just embrace what we have now. Embrace the fact that you breathing right now. Embrace everything that you have right now. Embrace all the people that's in your life, man. We need to embrace the here and now. Sometimes we get too caught up in working that we don't know how to sit back and just embrace everything that currently is. We need to start doing that a lot more, man. Just sit back and embrace wherever y'all at right now, man, just embrace it. Embrace everything from the air, man, to the fact that you breathe, into everything that's around you and how it was made and how it was constructed. Embrace everything around you right now. How many times do you do that a day? How many times do you just show gratitude for just existing, man, in such a wonderful world, man, because we control the narrative. We control the narrative. The world is definitely wonderful because you in it and you have the ability to do exactly what it is that you want to do, no matter where you at. You have that power. You have that ability. So it's definitely a wonderful place. No matter what's going on the outside, you control that narrative of what's going on inside. So if you want to look at the world and say it's a wonderful place, it is that. It is that. Because internally, there is a universe. Internally, there is a universe. We got the world on the outside and we have the world on the inside. So this world is definitely a beautiful place. Like I said, you control that narrative and you need to start embracing that reality, embracing that fact, man. Just look outside, embrace what's outside, embrace those trees, embrace those buildings, embrace the grass, man. Embrace everything that's out there, man. Embrace the animals that you may see walking out there, man. The cats and the dogs that may be on the loose. Embrace everything that you see. We be too caught up in that future. We be too caught up in that past, man. We forget about the only moment that we really have, and that's now, the here and now, right now. As they say, it's now or never. Now is the only time that you have, only thing that's guaranteed. An hour from now is not guaranteed to you. The past already happened, and guess what? You survived it. You survived it because you're still here. So why are you clinging to it? Embrace what you currently have. Embrace the now. Embrace it. Start doing that more. Like this is important. We have got to stop neglecting our health mentally, psychologically, however we want to refer to it. Y'all know I talk about, stepping up in regards to what we eat and how we eat. But none of that matters if we mentally are dysfunctional or if we in that chaotic state mentally. None of that matters. None of that. Matter of fact, that tampers with the quality of the food you are consuming when mentally you are out of whack. So again, before I tell somebody to start on some type of regimen, I first start with the mind. You got to get your mind right. You must get your mind right first before you say, I'm finna go vegan, I'm finna go plant-based, I'm finna do this raw food, this, that, and the third, or I'm gonna do this detox. If you don't get your mind right, there will be problems. More than likely, you're not even gonna stick to it because your mind is not right. It starts there. It starts with that mind. You must get that mind right. We must prioritize our mental health. We must do that. We must do that. We have got to stop playing games, man. We've got to stop playing games. Because listen, it's nobody else's job to protect your peace. It's nobody else's job to protect your energy. That's your job. That's your duty. Nobody else's responsibility. So if you letting your guards down on your peace and then you get mad when everybody is disturbing it, that's your fault. You must protect that. It ain't nobody else's job to look out for your peace. So stop expecting for other people to do it. Stop expecting for other people to look out for your peace. Stop getting mad at these other people for being selfish. Because we all selfish, man. It's self-preservation is the first law of nature. We ain't no different from these other creatures in nature. So self-preservation is the first law of nature. When it all boils down to it, we gonna try to save ourselves. We must do that. It's the law of nature, man. So don't get mad when other people come to you with their problems. When originally you'd have been doing the same thing. Like, you need to protect your peace. Ain't nobody telling you to entertain this. Ain't nobody putting a gun in your head, making you entertain certain people. You choosing to entertain these people. You choosing to entertain their problems. They just feel like you listening. So you shouldn't lead them on like that. If they feel like you willing to listen, then of course they gonna drop them bombs on you because they feel like you listening. They feel like you sincere. They feel like you care. That's on you. You opened that door and they walked in there. You can't blame them for that. They needed somebody to listen to them. They came to you and they felt like you was receptive to it. And they built with you. They let you know what they was dealing with. They let you know their problems. You shouldn't have let them on if you felt some type of way about it. If you gonna complain about it. That's a lot of time. We need to stop doing that type of stuff, man. We make these decisions and then we complain about the decisions that we made. Man, you chose to converse with that particular person. You chose to entertain that. You chose to give your money to that homeless person. Why are you mad? Because they took it and bought drugs. Don't matter what they do once you give them the money, man. That's it. You should be doing things out of the sincerity of your heart, man. If you doing things for any other motive, if you doing things just so you can receive something in return, you doing it wrong. You doing it wrong. If you gonna do a kind gesture, you should be doing it out of the sincerity of your heart, man. So when you allow somebody to vent to you, you should be doing that out of the sincerity of your heart, not because when it's time for somebody to listen to you, you expecting that person to listen. That's not why you do things, man. That's not why you do things. That's not why you do things, man. A lot of times, that's why the law of reciprocity doesn't necessarily work in our favor. While we are doing good deeds, our intentions behind the good deeds are not necessarily that good. So we have bad intentions or ulterior motives. So we are practicing a good deed, but the intention is off. The intention is negative. So when the intention is negative, then it's not going to reciprocate, man. You're not going to get that back. Matter of fact, you're going to get it back, but it's going to be negative. You're going to get people that use you just like you using other people. And you're going to be sitting around wondering why nothing good is coming your way when you're doing all these good things. Well, you're doing these good things because you expecting these same people to do what you're doing for them, for you. Doesn't work like that. You gotta stop expecting people to be you. Just because you do things a certain way don't mean the next person will. You gotta stop expecting people to move how you move. We are all individuals, and we move differently. So again, stop expecting all of that, man. Stop. Matter of fact, I said this in a previous video. Stop having high expectations. Matter of fact, eliminate expectations when dealing with other people. That's attachment. That leads to misery. That leads to misery, suffering, depression, all of that. When you have these expectations for people, you know what I mean? Just eliminate the expectations. Just be kind because that's what's in your heart. It's in your heart to be kind. Just be kind for that reason in and of itself. When you live like that, then everything that you need is going to come to you. Stop expecting people to be how you are. It's not like that, man. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Snuggle 668. I get it. You cannot like it all along. You cannot like it all together. That's fine. But that don't take away from the matter of fact. That don't take away from the fact of the matter. But Snuggle 668 says he don't like you telling me that other people won't help me when I spend a lot of my time trying to help the other people. Why would they not help? Because they are not you, Snuggle 668. They are a whole different breed of person. They are not you. So again, you can get mad all day long, and that's part of the problem. You getting upset means you have an attachment, means you have an expectation, and that's your fault. So when you go out of your way to help these people and you get mad when they don't reciprocate that energy, that's your fault. You making yourself mad. You can't expect for them to help you like you help them. You can't expect for them to go out of their way just because you went out of yours. You can't expect that, man, because these people are not you. You can't control the way other people move. You can't. You can only control what you do. And that's just an actual fact. You can't control how anybody else moves, man. You can't do that. So it ain't no sense of even entertaining that and getting upset about that. No sense, because you lack control in that department. You cannot make somebody move exactly how you want them to move. You cannot do it. So when you do kind things because you want to do the kind things, then that's cool. But just do not expect that from other people. Don't work like that, man. Just do the kind things because that's in your heart to do. Then when you do it like that, when you have great intentions, pure intentions, everything is going to come back to you 100-fold. May not come back to you from the exact same people that you helping, but it's going to come back to you. That's all you need to focus on. Stop doing things for certain people, then expecting those certain people to reciprocate that energy. Some of them may do it, some of them may not do it. But at the end of the day, you helping the people because you are just that type of person. The end of the day, that's if you gonna get upset about these people not reciprocating that energy, then don't help. That's the only advice I can give. If you about to concern yourself, if you about to let it bother you when the person that you know, and it's the crazy thing, a lot of us, we help people that we know good and well they're not gonna reciprocate the energy. Then we get upset. If you know your cousin is no good, if you loan your cousin some money, you know that this cousin not going to return that money, and you choose to give him money anyway, then you have lost all credibility in regards to being able to get upset when that cousin does not return that money. When that cousin does not pay you back. You chose to give an unreliable person some money, a person that you knew was unreliable. That's your fault. It's not the cousin's fault. The cousin has showed you the true colors. The cousin has showed you that they unreliable, and yet you continue to feed them. So you making that decision at that point. So it's no need to sit around and complain about this cousin ripping you off, not paying you back when they got a history of doing it. Just stop giving them money. Stop feeding them. Or just give them the money and then just let it go. But if you're going to give them the money and complain about what they doing with the money and the fact that they not paying you back, it's on you. It's not on the cousin. It's on you. Hold yourself accountable. Santriez, peace. Everything is smooth and peaceful my way. Sierra, man, most definitely. Stop expecting things in return. Can't stress that enough. Man. I don't do what I do expecting anything in return. Because guess what? When you move according to that type of vibe and energy, you're going to get exactly what it is that you need. It's going to come to you. It's going to come to you naturally. Tadon, peace, what's going on? Bonafide, exactly. There is no disappointment when you don't have an expectation. There's no way to be disappointed. And again, like I said, a lot of people cannot relate to the law of detachment. But when you learn this law, when you practice this law, it will save your life. I can't make this up. Detachment is a law that everyone needs to live by. On the surface, it sounds heartless, but it's really not heartless. It is going to help you maneuver through life in a powerful manner. When you learn the art of detachment, man, you have to detach yourself. Man. And part of detachment is eliminating expectations. Eliminating the expectations. You got to eliminate these expectations when dealing with people. Sean, and that's exactly what I'm saying, man. We can't expect it, man. We can't expect everybody to move how we feel like they should move. We can't expect everybody to move how I move. a lot of times I catch people, man, when they start talking about these situations, they say, I just couldn't believe nobody would do this because I wouldn't do. I said, that's the problem. For one, you wouldn't think. You said you didn't think. So a lot of people say, man, I didn't think that such and such was problem. You didn't think. You didn't think such and such was capable of that, man. Everybody is capable of betraying you. Everybody is capable of doing you dirty. So you just chose not to think about the other side of it. You didn't think a person that's close to you or called fam could do you that way, would do you dirty, because guess what? You would never do a family member like that. But guess what? Everybody is not you. Everybody is not you. I'm not surprised when anybody does me dirty at this particular point. I learned this early in life, whether it be a family member, close friend, whoever. I'm not surprised when anyone does me dirty. Everybody is capable of doing it. Everybody is capable of doing the dirt, just like everybody is capable of doing something that's great. So I'm never surprised. It never catches me off guard when somebody does some dirt or does something that, like, they betray me or something like that. Man, I just, like I said, don't have expectations for people. So when it happens, I'm able to say, all right, it happened. Moving along. Life doesn't stop simply because this person betrayed me. At the end of the day, I let my guards down. I was hoping that this person wasn't that type of individual, so I let my guards down. Dreaming of GTR, peace, what's going on? Freezing the game, man. Learn to accept the apology you're never going to receive. And I mean, like that, at the end of the day, man, just keep it pushing. I ain't even finna accept no apology I'm not gonna receive, man. At the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm doing just out the kindness of my heart. If I feel the need to help you, like if you catch me on a good day and you holler at me, I'm like, all right, bet I got you. And I'm finna keep it moving. I don't care, man. Listen, I don't care what that person do, man. If I give them the jewel, if I give them the assistance, I don't care what they do after that. I'm good. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna keep doing what I need to do to evolve and grow. I ain't really worried about how other people react and respond once I do my kind deed and gesture. And another thing too that be going on, man, like on social media, social media has made this prominent. A lot of people just trying to broadcast the good deeds. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, man, they pulling cameras out, showing themselves doing good deeds. Sometimes those are bad intentions, man, because they trying to highlight, show the world that they not this bad person. So here, look at me doing these great things, these good deeds. Man, I do a lot of good deeds that go unseen. I don't need to broadcast it every time I do something good. Matter of fact, you can't trust a person like that. That's always got the camera out when they doing good things. I don't trust a person like that. Who are you when the camera's off? That's the person that I trust. I need to see you when the camera's off, when the iPhone ain't rolling. That's the type of person that you really are. That's the true you. When there is no camera, when the camera's not rolling, when you're not on social media, that's the true you. That's the true you. Yeah, Tierra, most definitely. You already know when that family member come to you, when that unreliable family member comes to you for assistance, you have two options. You either finna give them this money and keep it moving and accept everything that comes along with that, or you not finna give them the money. It's just that. It's just that. I'm not about to give this unreliable family member some money, then create stipulations, then get mad when they don't follow them, when they didn't show and prove to me that they are unreliable, that they're not gonna pay you back. So it's either I'm gonna decide to give them this money and say, all right, I'm just gonna take this L because it's gonna be an L. I'm not getting this money back. So it's a grant at this particular point because I'm not getting this money back. It's not a loan. So I'm just gonna accept that, take the L, keep it pushing, keep evolving, keep growing. Or I'm just not gonna give them the money because I can't afford to give them this money without being paid back. That's just how we gonna roll. That's just how we gonna roll. Yeah, dreaming of GTR, learn. It's an art to saying no. So a lot of people don't have that. Like that's an art. A lot of people don't know how to say no. Michelle, peace, what's going on? A lot of people don't know how to say that. A lot of people do not, especially when it comes to certain people. But that's something that's valuable to learn, man. Just learn how to be like no. Learning how to say no will save your life as well, just like detaching. No is crucial, man. Sometimes you just have to say no. I don't care how I don't care how it may hurt the person you saying no to, the recipient. Don't care, man. Sometimes you gotta look out for your inner peace. If you literally cannot afford to give somebody this money, you just gotta say no, man. You just can't afford to do it. Point blank, period, man. Don't put yourself in the hole trying to help other people out, man. Because at the end of the day, when you need assistance getting out of that hole, them same people that you didn't gave that money to, when they was in the hole, they not necessarily gonna give you that money to help you get out the hole. So at the end of the day, man, you're gonna have to look out for yourself, man. You're gonna have to protect your peace. So if you can't really afford to do it, man, don't do it. Don't force it. Don't force it. Don't force it. Learning how to say no is crucial. Bobby, peace. What's going on? Thunder Scorpion, what's going on? I'm kind of browsing. I'm scrolling and browsing through these comments, y'all, man, because I'm kind of in the zone, man. I just felt like this was a message that people needed to hear. So excuse me if I'm not paying attention to any and every comment, man. I'm just kind of on build mode right now, and I want to get these things off of my chest, man, before I forget. So when the stuff comes to me mentally, I just got to spit it back out. So excuse me if I'm just scrolling past comments, man. I'm just looking at every other comment, and I'm responding to every other comment that I see. So that's what's going on, man. I'm just building. I'm kind of in vent mode, just letting y'all know some things that's on the mind, some things that I feel like will resonate with you all, but it's resonate with myself. It's things that I need to hear. Like I say, when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to me. And again, like I said, man, in order for things to get better in the world, the external world, things have to get better in the internal world. So we got to really start being able to deal with ourselves. And a lot of us, we cannot deal with ourselves and be in solitude, solitary confinement with ourselves, man. A lot of us can't sit in that room, pitch black, with the lights on, whatever it is, just with ourselves, no noise, no nothing, just you and your thoughts and your breathing. A lot of us can't tolerate that, man. We're afraid of what's going to pop up in our minds. We are afraid of that because we've been suppressing it for so long. So we got to stop that, man. We got to be able to deal with ourselves. We got to be able to sit with ourselves. That's important. That's important. Like turn the music off, turn the videos off, turn everything off. Sit in silence with yourself. Sometimes when I'm driving, man, I don't have anything on. I'm just driving and I'm having a dialogue, a conversation with myself. I don't need any music. I don't need any sounds distracting me. I just need me. And sometimes that's what I do. Even, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something else to do. When you working out, try not to work out to music, man. That's powerful. That's something that I learned how to do, man. I'm telling you, when you master that, that's when you become a lot more powerful mentally. Working out with music, like if you run, you do cardio, do it without any music. For one, that's gonna force you to focus on your breathing. That's gonna strengthen your breathing. But I'm telling y'all, man, I can't even really give y'all the full experience of how it feels to just work out without music, man. Just try to do that one time. That's powerful. It's powerful. A lot of times we always trying to distract ourselves, man. We feel like we need this motivation, man. Listen, when you had a conversation with yourself, you're going to find that yourself got more motivation than any piece of music that you're listening to. Just have a conversation with yourself, man. Just talk to yourself. Talk to yourself to get yourself through that workout. You don't need that hype music. Hype yourself up. Try that from time to time. Guarantee you it's a powerful feeling. It's a powerful feeling. Sharif, man, peace. What's going on? Antoinette Porter, no doubt, definitely nightcap time. Was putting in a lot of work early, and I just decided to hop on, man, and just build. Yeah, Fungi, exactly. We done found betrayal in all realms, man. So to think that somebody around you is not capable of stabbing you in the back and betraying you, that's just you being mindless, oblivious, gullible, naive, whatever the word that you want to choose. That's just you being that. I'm not that gullible. I'm not that naive. I'm not that oblivious. Any and everybody can betray you. Any and everybody has the ability to betray you. And that's just a fact of life. That's not me being negative or pessimistic. It's just a fact of life. Everybody has the ability to do you dirty. Everybody. Not saying that everybody will, just saying they possess the ability to do so. Oh, Bobby, no doubt, man. No doubt. We building the community, man. Like I said, I got something to work. I'm gonna just hit y'all with it randomly. But I'm working on a whole. Y'all finna think I'm joking. Y'all finna think I'm crazy. I'm working on a whole secret society out here. We finna straight have a secret society out here that we didn't create it. Whole secret society out here, man. Y'all think it's funny, but for real, legit. That's how we gotta move. I have figured it out. That's one of the ways that we legit gotta move. We got to start building our own secret societies and things of that nature. We got to get back to how they was doing it. They originally got the stuff from us in the first place. So we got to move like that. We got to move like that. We got to create little societies, code words, doing things behind the scenes that nobody knows about. Taking those oaths, things that we can't, once we leave the vicinity, we can no longer discuss these things on the outside. That's the type of stuff that we got to start doing. Hey, we just got to start moving like that. Everything is to not. Everything doesn't need to be broadcasted, man. Everything doesn't need to be broadcasted. Social media doesn't need to know everything. It's certain things that the world don't need to know. Only a select few need to know. So we got to move according to that. And a lot of times that's why we get backstabbed, betrayed, set up, and all that, because we get on social media and we just expose and reveal too much. We get around friends and family and we talk too much. We talk too much and we wonder why we got all this hateful energy around. Man, stop letting everybody know everything. I'm not finna get around a group of people, man, and always let them know my dreams and aspirations just so they can shoot it down. I don't need that negative energy. So I might get around a group of people. It could be family. And I'm just going to keep, I probably got a bunch of things that I'm whipping up, and I'm not going to let anybody know anything, because I'm protecting my energy. I'm protecting my peace. They don't need to know what I'm whipping up at this particular point. They're going to see it when it's manifested. Then that's cool. But I don't need to let them know I'm working on something, because I don't need that doubtful energy. I don't need that negative energy. I only need positive energy. So if I'm around some people that I feel like ain't going to contribute to that, then I'm just going to keep it concealed, because they don't need to know. They don't need to know what I'm whipping up. They don't need to know what I got cooking. They don't need to know. They'll know that it'll get revealed to them in due time. It'll get revealed to them when it's time for them to see it. So a lot of times we exposing things to people that it's not their time to even hear that information or see that product. Stop being so quick to reveal things to people, man, especially before you even manifest it and put in the work yourself. Stop doing that. Stop doing it. So we gotta stop doing that, man. We be so excited when we come up with a great idea, then we get mad at people when they steal our ideas and stuff. Man, ain't nobody tell you to go run to social media with the idea before you even put in the work to make the idea a reality. Don't do that, man. You know what I mean? You can't get mad. You can get mad, but it was your fault though. You jumping up, excited. You got this idea and you let the world know before you even did anything. And now you mad that somebody stole your idea. You should have kept it concealed. Should have kept it concealed until it was manifested. So that's on you. That's on you. Stop being so quick to let the world know what you got whipping up. That's why I said what I'm working on right now, I can't nobody know until it's manifested. Then we just gonna start putting in the work. So I ain't finna get on here talking about, well, I'm working on this. I'm finna do this. Then I look up and somebody stole it. Nah, I ain't doing it. I'm gonna let y'all just see it. Then when y'all trying to be down with it, then y'all hit me up. But I'm not finna say too much until it actually is manifested. And I have brought it into existence, give birth. Until I have given birth to it. Redbird 101, we all got that in our family, man. Everybody got that family member who is always begging and never pays you back. Everybody got that family member. Everybody. Black Graffiti, I don't know which one of y'all tapped in, but peace, what's going on with y'all? Dominique, no doubt, man. Like I said, when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself. So I be needing to hear this myself. So I run it back. And I spit it to y'all, but I'm also listening to myself. So every time I talk, I'm paying attention to myself as well. So I got to make sure I'm living out what I'm telling you all. So this is a reminder for myself. Yeah, dreaming the GTR. Man, the mind is what they say, a terrible thing to waste. The mind is powerful. Universe is mental. All is mental. They letting you know. They let you know where that power is at. They let you know where that power is at. They letting you know. We just don't believe in it. We just don't believe in the power. We don't believe we are that powerful because they have told you you are not that powerful. They have made you worship things, worship idols, worship deities, when really you got all that power. But they don't want to tell you that. They don't want you to know that. It ain't even about believing that. They don't want you to know that. But once you know that, you become unstoppable. You become invincible. There's nothing you cannot do. Magic realm, solitude, necessary for mental health. And I took that Jew from just studying prison, solitary confinement. I look at a situation like that. Yeah, I'm just looking at it in the prison realm, but I'm like, man, that's actually something that's beneficial for your health and well-being, not to be locked down 24 hours a day. But man, at least 30 minutes to an hour, man, you need to be in solitary confinement. You need that time to yourself. It's crucial, man. You need that solitary confinement for yourself. If you got to get up an extra hour early to get that time into yourself, then you must do that. If you got to go to bed an extra hour later, then you must do that. You must make a sacrifice for your mental health. You must make that sacrifice for your mental health, man. That is important. Must make a sacrifice. Dominique, no doubt. No doubt. I remember when I mastered long distance running. I didn't really start getting good at it until I stopped running with music. That's when I really started to master long distance running. And little history on me, I've always been a sprinter. When I ran track in high school, I was a sprinter. I never had endurance and stamina and all that good stuff, man. I was just pure speed, quickness. So when I was finishing college, I was like, man, I'm a master endurance running. I'm gonna be able to run 2-3 miles non-stop and not get tired like I usually do. So I eventually mastered it. And one of the ways that I mastered it was I was running without music, focused on my breathing, mastered the art of breathing. That music was a distraction. You got this music going and you rapping these lyrics or singing these lyrics, that's messing up your breathing. You opening your mouth too much and too wide. You don't want to keep opening your mouth up like that. You don't want to be talking and rapping and doing all that type of stuff when you running. No, that's messing you up. Bonafide. Hey, again, hey, if you knew that it was gonna happen, the end of the day, accountability. You knew that was gonna happen, and guess what? It happened. And that's the thing. And that's the thing. And that's the thing. That's something that it's a hard pill to swallow right there. When you knew somebody was capable of doing something, yet you just was hoping that they was gonna change. So you go out your way to help them once again, and they do exactly what you knew that they was gonna do. Guess what? You created that reality because you already knew what the person was capable of. So you created that reality in your mind before it actually happened. You knew what was going to happen before you did it. So therefore, when it happens, it's like it wasn't surprising, but it still lets you down because you attached to this person and your relationship with the person. So you just hope that this person would change. So that's why it lets you down, but it didn't surprise you. It didn't surprise you. Denise, exact self-empowerment, most definitely. And that's all that I'm about, self-empowerment. We talk about self-improvement. Nah, self-empowerment. We need to empower self. Give yourself power. Give yourself power. And like I said, power is attached to refinement, man. So we got to steady cleanse ourselves mentally and physically. Must be done. We take showers and baths on a daily basis to clean the external. Do you do that internally, though? Do you take internal showers on a daily basis? Do you take internal baths on a daily basis? So how often are you taking that shower internally? How often are you cleansing yourself internally? How often are you cleaning the dirt out internally? How often are you doing that? The answer should be on a day-to-day basis, on a daily basis. Oh, Sean, man, hey, that's one of the comments that I just happened to catch that I need to put on. People hate a lot of times based on what they are and what you tell them. Actual facts again. Actual facts. Dominique, exactly. What they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Everybody needs to adhere to that message and stop trying to force things. Practice patience. Practice patience, man. When it's your time, you will know it. It's gonna come to you. It's gonna come to you. Don't try to rush the process, man. Your time of greatness, man. Your time to be great. Matter of fact, it's already here. But whatever it is that you seeking and searching for, it won't out of life, man. It's gonna come to you when it's time. If you're not in that position, it's because you're not ready to be in that position yet. If you haven't manifested a certain reality, it's because you're not ready to manifest that certain reality yet. So don't get mad at yourself. You exactly where you need to be in life right now. You are exactly where you need to be. It's not a mistake. You are exactly where you need to be in life right now. Where you are at currently is exactly where you need to be. Embrace that fact. Embrace that reality. You are exactly where you need to be in life. Point blank, period. Yeah, Tavon, no doubt about it, man. Most people on social media are image consultants. They make their image look successful, but in reality, not what it seems. Straight up illusion. Just like these entertainers and these rappers and all that, man. It's an illusion. They rapping about one thing, and then they got certain things in their videos. Meanwhile, they near broke. So I'm not out here to deceive the people. That's not how I'm trying to live. I'm letting y'all know some days, man, I ain't in the best mood. Some days I'm not as peaceful as I may come off to be. Some days I'm angry. Some days I'm frustrated. I have up and down days just like the next person. So it ain't all peaches and cream. It ain't all peace. Like I said, it's a time for peace. It's a time for war. So sometimes I'm embracing the warlike quality of myself. So sometimes I'm at war and I'm embracing being at war. And sometimes I'm at peace. So it's a time for everything. Even when you get into religions, man, and you study the two most prominent religions that everybody know of. When you study Islam and you study just Christianity, Catholicism, whatever the case may be, you're gonna find that both gods have a ton of characteristics. Angry, vengeful, like revenge, powerful, peaceful. All of these characteristics, all of these attributes make up the gods in these religions. So the gods are not just peaceful gods. They're not just all powerful gods that do everything that's righteous. No, they have human-like characteristics and attributes. They have human-like characteristics and attributes. You are no different. So you're going to have days where it's going to be like it's that hateful energy in you and you're not understanding why. Because it's life, man. Especially my women. We call y'all Earth for a reason. So y'all reflect Mother Nature. That's why they call it Mother Nature. Y'all reflect the Earth. Y'all know the Earth has seasons. You know, they have things like natural disasters. So you have tornadoes, earthquakes, thunderstorms, hail, ice storms, all of that cause destruction. So that's a part of your very nature to be destructive at some point. But then there comes the beauty. In order to build, sometimes you must destroy. So when you destroy the old, you able to build something that's new and improved. But the destruction is part of the process. Just like in nature, we gonna have tornadoes, we gonna have thunderstorms, we gonna have hurricanes, we gonna have earthquakes. All of that is a part of nature. Nature is not just sunshine 24/7, 365 and 75 to 80 degree weather. That's not nature. That's not life. No, life is filled with all types of weather, all type of situations. And all of that is neutral. You can find the beauty in that tornado. Yeah, it's destruction. Yeah, it may a few casualties may have been the result, but guess what? It was new life born as well. It's new life born as well, and everything that was destroyed then got rebuilt and is new and improved. So we just got to find the beauty in the storm, man. Like I said, y'all a reflection of nature, Mother Nature. So embrace that destruction. It's a time for that. It's a season for that. It's a season for that. Gotta flow according to the seasons, man. Figure out your seasons. Figure out your seasons, and you gotta flow according to your seasons, man. It's like eating fruit out of season. It ain't necessarily the best time to be consuming that fruit, man. So we got to learn the seasons of our bodies, and we got to flow according to those seasons, man. A lot of times we going against our nature, meaning we going against our seasons. Like internally, we in the summer, but we living like it's the winter time, and we wondering why we just out of whack mentally. No, you got to line up with the season, man. You got to line up with the season. Internally, man, you got to figure out your seasons, man. You got to figure out how you must operate and figure out what season you in. Figure out what season you in and operate according to that season. So it's summertime, man. It's summertime, meaning it's hot. So you need to eat foods that cool the body down. You need to eat cooling foods. This ain't the time to be eating spicy foods and hot foods. You got to go according to the seasons. It's wintertime, man. You got to eat things. You got to consume things that's going to warm the body up. Increase that body temperature. That's what you got to do. You got to go according to the season. That's what we got to learn to do instead of trying to fight it, man. So when you feeling, when you having a bunch of days that are down days, man, that's in season. Embrace those down days, man. They not going to last. Just like if you're not a fan of winter, man, them cold days ain't going to last here, man. It's going to be when August hits us, or not August, but when April hits us, it's about to warm up over here. This is temporary, man. It's just temporary. So you having a down moment. Brace it, man. Let those feelings, let those emotions, let those thoughts come and go. Guess what? They temporary. When you start clinging to them, then they appear to be permanent. Just let them come and go, man. Let them flow. Let them flow. Let them flow. Definitely let them flow. Beautiful Goddess Keys, Jay Willis, peace. What's going on with y'all? Terenzo, what's going on, my brother? Again, like I said, I'm just in vent mode right now, just venting. Vent, man. I ain't paid, man. Y'all going hard on the comments, man. I'm reading some of the comments now. Y'all going hard, man. But we got to learn to let things flow, go according to the season. What season are you in mentally? What season are you in mentally? And are you flowing according to that season? Or are you trying to go against that grain? Are you trying to go against that season? So we gotta get in tune with ourselves, man. We ain't no different from the nature on the outside. So again, just like nature flows according to seasons, man, we do the same, depending on where we at in regards to geography. So we gotta adapt and adjust in regards to where we at, geographically speaking. But the body can do that. It can adapt and adjust. That's the beauty of the body. But we got to figure out where we at, man. We got to figure out where we at mentally, internally. Got to figure that out. Dominique, my brother, of course. Nothing is by accident, man. Nothing. Nothing. That's one thing I don't deal with. Coincidences and accidents and things of that nature. Even when I was in a so-called car accident, I didn't refer to it as that because I caused it on myself. I fell asleep behind the wheel years ago. That wasn't an accident. That was me. That was my stupidity. I caused that. So that really wasn't an accident. It was something that I caused, a self-inflicted wound. Like that was self-inflicted. I did that to myself by not getting a proper rest and still going out here trying to do things that I was striving to do. I did that. It wasn't an accident. I caused that destruction on myself. Oh, fun game, no doubt, man. Self-rejection is the pandemic of our generation. Many of us walk around with a pseudo self-esteem and image. While it's not too far from depression, suicide, out here bragging the most, dying inside. It's exactly, man. That's writing exact actual facts. Actual facts and writing exact, as we say. I don't even have to throw my insight on that one. Oh, Tavon, no doubt. No doubt about it, man. They definitely accountable for the decision. Dominique, yeah, yes, sir. You know the culture that I come from, man. Wisdom is number two, and that's definitely symbolic to the woman. So again, we all saying the same thing. We all saying the same thing. We all saying the same thing, man. At the end of the day, Sean, man, no doubt. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of anything cold yet. I was born in November, man, so I definitely can relate to that. Yeah, Denise, embrace the season as they come, same as you embrace each new day. Some people don't embrace each new day, though. That's the problem. That's the problem, man. Some people don't embrace each new day. So right now, it's somebody probably on this thread right now focused on something that happened yesterday. They can't embrace the beauty of the day because they so caught up on something that happened yesterday. Yet you survived it. Here you are, but you still worried about what happened to you yesterday. You still worried about what somebody said to you yesterday that you didn't like. Here we are Sunday. You worried about Saturday still. You got to catch up with the time. Catch up with the time. Terenzo, no doubt, my brother with the carbon cycle. And Tetris, man, exactly. That's a great analogy for it. What they say, things change yet remain the same. That's what they say. That's what it is. Nothing new under the sun, as we say. Nothing new under the sun. Things change yet they remain the same. Yeah, Bobby, no doubt. No doubt. Definitely no accident. Nope. Definitely. No accident, no coincidence. I don't even rock with luck for the most part. You're not gonna hear me utilize those words, man. Yeah, Tierra, leave yesterday and yesterday. Put that on the screen for you. Leave yesterday and yesterday. I mean, it happened yesterday and you survived it. You are here today. Time to move on. What happened yesterday was yesterday's news. You here now, you survived it. You supposed to improve upon that. Oh yeah, Magic Realms. A lot of people, like I always say, they lack the self-love because they don't know who they are. So it's hard to love what you don't know. So it's hard to love somebody and someone if you don't know it or know them. So that's exactly what's happening there. So you can't love that in which you don't know. So when you don't know yourself, definitely not gonna love yourself. So it starts with just getting to know yourself, man. A lot of us, we don't get to know one another. We go on dates and all that, and we striving to get to know other people, man, but we really don't know ourselves, and we trying to get to know other people. You can't make that make sense. Gotta get to know yourself first. Gotta get to know yourself first, man. Take yourself on those dates, man. Get acquainted with who you are as a person. before you try to master somebody else, man. Like that ain't, I don't care if you mastered everybody else. I don't care if you know how everybody else moves and rolls. If you don't know how you gonna move and roll, then I don't really care. It's useless. Useless information. Savon, most definitely embrace the here and now. That's all that you have, man. That's all that you have. Denise, always. But a lot of see, key word there, learn, lessons learned, key phrase, lessons learned. A lot of people don't like to learn. A lot of people don't like to learn, man. So when these things happen, they don't learn anything from because we don't like to learn, especially if it requires some digging. So if we got to focus and really figure out what the lesson was, a lot of people not going to put in that work to extract the lesson. So therefore, they have learned absolutely nothing because it was too complicated. The moment people have to figure something out, that's where you lose them. So if they got to do any digging to extract the lesson, more than likely, they're not about to learn anything from the situation. So that's, you've got to be willing to dig, to extract and find the lesson, to unearth the lesson, dig up the lesson. Like you got to be willing to dig because sometimes it's going to be deeper than the surface. So on the surface, it may appear as if it's one thing, man, but you got to dig deep, the underlying reason, the underlying cause. You got to dig deeper. So you got to be willing to do that. If you're not willing to do that, then you're not really about to do any type of learning, man. That's like research 101. Research is not an easy task. So a lot of times when it comes to situations that we're dealing with, we got to learn how to research self. So you got to study self, research self. Research is a lost art. So you got to learn how to do that within yourself. And research takes time. Oh, Tavon, man, no doubt. People laugh when you pull out a book, listen to something informative, whatever it is. People laugh, man. They make fun of it because they wish they were doing it, because they know they need to be doing it, but they not. But that's on them, though. That's definitely on them at the end of the day. Because I'm always striving to learn and extract lessons, man. It's always something to be learned. I'm always trying to get to the bottom of it. Always. Everything it has an origin somewhere, man. So you got to find that origin, got to find that cause and effect. We dealing with universal laws right now. It's something that caused that effect, man. But you got to get to the bottom of it. You got to figure out that cause. Bobby, no doubt. That's all research. You searching again and again and again. Because again, like I said, the more that you know, the more that you realize you don't know. So the more that you research, the more that you realize you got to keep searching. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it, man. It's people that research things from 20 years old until they die and still don't know nothing about it, man, because that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it, man. Things are always changing out here, man. That's the only thing constant. Yeah, magic realms. Yeah, definitely. Learning is also a part of having an abundant mindset. And again, it's just people just lazy mentally. Because like I said, man, research is work. It's work. Because what's going to happen when you start researching, man, you're going to come across something that you think is right. Then further research will let you know that it's not right. So then it's like you back to the drawing board, man. So that's one thing that happens when you research, man, when you embrace research. You think you came across the solution or the answer only to find out that that's far from it. Yeah, Bobby, no doubt. Always something more to learn, man. If the moment you feel like you have legit mastered something is the moment that you about to stop growing. They say the moment you stop learning is when you die type deal. So the moment you become complacent, in regards to something that you're supposed to be studying and researching is the moment that you are about to stop growing, the moment you're about to regress, hit the wall, go backwards, whatever it is that you want to refer to it as. That's the moment that that's going to start happening to you. When you say, okay, I know all there is to know about this particular subject. No, you do not. I don't care what the subject is. There's always more to learn, more to know. Always. Not enough time in the world to sit here and master these subjects. So we always got more that we can learn and figure out about something. Funge, no doubt, man. I got books on how to research, how to speed read effectively. So I got books on how to read and how to research. You know what I mean? So I got books on how to do these things. Because again, like you said, I was trying to become more efficient at it. So I got books on how to do these things, man, so I can become better at that craft, because that's a craft. Tierra, no doubt, it's not over. Definitely, it's never over. Always learning, always growing, always evolving. That's all that we can do. All we need to be focusing on. Dominique, exactly. Man, you could be studying something as simple as, man, listen, I could be studying this Sharpie that I got right here, man. And I'm probably never going to learn all there is to know about a Sharpie. I'm telling you, the world is complicated. The world is intricate. Yet that's what makes it beautiful. TR, can you give the name of one of the books? One of the books is called The Craft of Research. And I got like the 3rd edition of the book. So I think I don't know how many editions there are, but the book that I got on research is The Craft of Research. I think it's by Wayne C. Booth. And then let me see if I can find the book I got on increasing or improving your reading speed. I'm trying to see if I can find that one. I think it's called like Triple Your Reading Speed or something like that. But Craft of Research is definitely the book that I got on research, man. And it's very, very beneficial in regards to just helping you become better at researching. So I definitely would recommend that book. So it's crazy. We got books out here on how to research. Like, I mean, it's everything can be studied and everything should be studied. Everything can be studied and everything should be studied. But y'all, man, this was once again positive stream, man. But I just wanted to get on here for a slight minute and just express my sentiments and just build on something that's positive and productive to kind of close out this week, man. I just wanted to just end it on a good note, man, so y'all can get these positive words, then lay it down and let these positive words marinate and resonate deep within the subconscious so that you can start that week off on a positive and powerful and strong note. So with that being said, man, I'm going to just go ahead and end the broadcast for the night. I'm going to just go ahead and settle it down, man. Had a pretty busy weekend, got a pretty busy week ahead of me. Got a lot of clients and things of that nature, man. So we got to start this week off on a positive, healthy, and strong note. Appreciate y'all tapping in, tuning in. Appreciate the donations and all that good stuff, man. Y'all be easy out here. Y'all stay peaceful, stay productive, stay positive, stay powerful. I'm out, y'all. Peace.